training Katabo. Munyampa Babada, Ebanesa, Sampun Bejani. Did you have Benjamin Obedanio? Etimun Shanyami Akudina, Nabeti Medina Boneno, Mompano Kuram Mama Sene, Monsha training Katabo. Munyampa Babada, Ebanesa, Sampun Bejani. Did you have Benjamin Obedanio? Babu resheni mu onuni no kwafu yeah. He has promised he will never fail you. Benjamin, Benjamin, Benjamin.
Nyami be uye wo Diadio, a man of fire this show. Then feature the Abefia, Onyuma, everyone, yes. I say, but you're not for you, you're very denial. Yeah. Very bad, what Diadio, a man of fire this show. Then feature the Abefia, Onyuma, everyone, yes. Ama yes, you say, yes, you are Kaudia, Babe, when you my everyone, yes. I'm on a fire this show. Then we jab your befia, when you my everyone, yes. Ama yes, you say, yes, you are Kaudia, Babe, when you my everyone, yes.
Not for nothing.
So Most of the times you hear people saying, this year is a good year, this year is going to be a good year, I'm going to build a house, this year I'll marry, this year definitely I'll stop a certain behavior. These are many more things that you hear when a year begins. Those things are called New Year resolutions. The question is, does those resolutions work? Does it come to pass? Why is it that people are... I believe today you are going to learn more, you'll be informed, and establish yourself in this topic known as New Year resolution. I promise you that we're going to be right back. So stay glued at your set and we'll be back. Thank you. Welcome back. There is Pastor Dex on CACI TV. As I said in my intro today, we'll be dealing with the topic New Year resolution. To help us learn, to help us have more intake on this topic, we have a very powerful, renowned man of God in the house who's going to bless us, who's going to educate us. And we are blessed to have Reverend Dr. George Asante, a resident pastor at Christ Apostolic Church, Osu Assembly. Reverend, you are welcome.
Thank you very much.
Reverend, today you hear people saying that I decided to build a house, I decided to marry, but I couldn't make it. They call those things New Year resolution. What are those New Year resolutions?
New Year resolutions. Now, I will look at the word in perspective. New Year resolutions. So we are dealing with resolutions. Now, that word resolution simply means a strong will or determination. Meaning that we are beginning a year, and in that year, there may be a lot of opportunities that may be abounding to all of us. But how many of us are determined? How many of us have that strong will, that tenacity for purpose to be able to seize those opportunities and make those opportunities work for them? Now, when you look at every new year, there are things that people, just as you said when we were beginning the program, people allude to the fact that I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that. But at the end of the year, you realize that people are not able to achieve those goals. The reason is that the word determination, as it is conveyed as New Year resolution, people have not understood it. And because of that, they thought that if you're able to say one or two things, you'll be able to come by it. No. Anytime you set a target for yourself, there are preparations that lead you into the target. Now, Ziegler said, we are created for success, engineered for achievement. And what Ziegler is saying is that every individual under the sound of my voice has been created to become great. But your inability to understand the environment that you operate will take you from that realm of you becoming successful to become to a realm where you just flip your hand and say that, I don't think God created me well for me to be able to come to this far. And so what we need to understand is that New Year resolutions are good, but as you set those targets for yourself, you need to also understand that there are level of preparations that will help you to be able to make those resolutions come to pass. Now, when we look at 2017, maybe a lot of people were able to set targets for themselves, but by the close of 2017, 31st night, maybe none of the targets might have been achieved just because of certain characteristics that people don't know. When you are making a resolution, one thing one need to understand.
Reverend, I'll get it. I think is a very good point. But the question that I want to ask is that, based on what you are saying, then why is it necessary for someone to set a New Year resolution?
Good. A resolution, I would define it again as a preconceived ideas of greatness yet to be achieved. And now, if somebody is setting a target for himself, then it means that he has seen a future development, a future greatness, a future aspirations. And therefore, he is writing those aspirations down to be able to run through the year to achieve those aspirations. And remember, resolutions didn't start from us or with us. Resolutions are God's intent.
So it means that resolution has biblical backing?
Yes, has a biblical backing.
Okay.
Now, when we read the book of Numbers chapter 13, God had already promised the Israelites that was going to send them to the promised land.
Okay.
And they were happy. But little did they know that going through the wilderness, they were going to encounter so many challenges. But remember, the challenges are not to destroy you. The challenges are not to divert your attention from what you have set for yourself. The challenges are not to cause you to deter from what you have set ahead of you. Challenges are set pieces of preparation and maturity. And so if you set a New Year resolution for yourself, remember you have set a problem for yourself. How you conduct yourself in the problem will determine how you achieve those resolutions. And so God said, I'm taking you to Canaan. But these people came, and when they got to Horeb, they stayed there for 40 years. They were not ready to move. So in Deuteronomy chapter 1 verse says, God had to command them again that you have stayed on this mountain for too long. There is a need for you to take a turn and go to where I have preordained for you. And when they were going, Moses had to send 12 spies to go and spy the land. Now when they went and came back, 2 said, we are more able to take the land. 10 said, we are not able to take it. Why? Because the sons of Anaks are on the land, Hittites are there, the Jebusites are there, and there's no way we are going to be able to overcome them. Not only that, they have a city wall that goes high up into the heavens, and there's no way we are going to climb to be able to defeat them. And so, they took the
between resolution and planning.
There is resolution. I said, is preconceived ideas of greatness yet to be achieved.
Okay.
And if you really want to achieve those greatness, planning is the process. Okay. So there's a process through which your resolution will be achieved. That is why anytime you are setting a target for yourself, we have what we call SMART. The target should be specific. You don't just pinpoint your hands on all other things because you cannot achieve all of them at the same time. So you should be specific in your goal setting. You should be specific in that resolution that come on the 20th of January. This is where I want to be. Then it should be measurable. How am I going to measure my strength, measure my weakness, measure the opportunities, measure the weaknesses that I have, and what are the resources at my disposal to be able to work through this specific target I've set for myself. Then it should be also something that you can attain. So that we set resolutions that are way beyond us, and there's no way you'll be able to achieve it. For instance, if you just got a job, and then you said next year you build a mansion, automatically, I don't think that's realistic. I don't think that is something that is attainable. But at least if you tell me that today I've gotten myself a job, but next year I will rent a room, then it means that that target can be attained.
But Pastor, I'm not cutting. I just a follow up. Normally, when you are speaking or you are talking to Christians, some do believe that miracle is there. If you have faith, you can move mountains. So some believe that if Jesus was able to feed 5,000 people with just 5 loaves of bread, why is it that even though he's not working, but I believe that by December 31st, 2018, he or she who can build. So what's your take on that? Because they believe in miracles.
I believe in miracles.
Yes.
But the days of manna have stopped.
Okay.
Now, God has granted us the ability, the wisdom, the resources to be able to turn our environment for our gain. And one thing that will help you to be able to turn your environment is your ability to see beyond yourself. And when you're able to see beyond yourself, resources are already available through God for you to achieve them. And so, somebody will say that in a wilderness, how God commanded loaves of bread, loaves of bread, and then fingers of fishes for the people to eat.
That's right.
Yeah, but remember, before he did that, there was a little loaf of bread and some fishes.
Okay.
And so it means that if you also want to apply the same principles, where is your target? Where are your resolutions? What have you set for yourself? And if you have set for yourself, God is ready to supply the provisions, the energy, the resources that you need to be able to achieve that. But listen to this. God had already made investment in our lives. that will help us to be able to achieve our set target.
Okay.
And the first investment is life. God has given you life. You have 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 12 months a year. This is a rich resource that if you are able to look at time as a factor to succeeding in your resolutions, you will not waste time. Because your life is time bound. And so every time in your life counts. But the question is, how do we use time?
How do you use time?
As a resource to be able to help us attain that particular resolution that we have made within the year. And so God has given that time. He has also given us the environment to explore. All of us were not born into just a tiny environment. He has given us a real environment that opportunities abound. But opportunities will not come into your domain if you don't have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. And so there's one thing seeing, and there's another thing hearing, and there's another thing you achieving it. So when you are making a resolution, you need to understand that first and foremost, what have I seen? What have I heard? And what do I want to touch? If you have seen, if you have heard, then you can touch. And in touching, there are processes one need to go through for you to be able to get to that level of what touching. That's why I say that every resolution you set for yourself, one, it should be specific. Two, it should be very measurable. Three, it should be attainable. Then four, is something that is very real. It should be a realistic vision that you are setting for yourself. Then time is a commodity that will help you to be able to achieve that particular resolution. So if these processes are not obeyed, automatically you cannot stand your environment. Because your environment has four things within it. You have environment that has a lot of weaknesses, environment that has a lot of opportunities, environment that has a lot of threats, and environment that has a lot of and strength. So now your environment has this, but remember, strength and weakness is within. Opportunity and threats are outside. That when you have nothing, you don't have the power to control it. It's outside. By your strength and your weaknesses that are within you, you need to be able to control it, use it for the benefit of you achieving your success. Because as for the threat and opportunity, they are bound within the outside of the domain of the person who is trying to set that goal. But as for strength and weakness, you must know. So what are your strengths? If you don't know your strength and you want to set a goal, you will set a goal and you will not be able to achieve it. Because you don't have the strength, the inner tenacity to be able to say, I am going to go through the hard time, the trying moment to succeed in that particular goal. And then, if you have not been able to identify your weakness, it will be a delaying factor that will delay you from getting access to your opportunities.
Reverend, based on what you are saying, sometimes you hear people saying that I decided to do this last year, I wasn't able to achieve it. Because of that, this year I'll leave without a resolution. What is your take on that? Would that person leave normally and achieve things as the year go by?
No. You see, we are in a world where ideas spring. And you will not get ideas if you fail to read. And therefore, information is very, very important. Whatever you want to do, what information do you have? The information will prepare your mind. The information will expose you to almost the threat, the challenges, the difficulties that you will encounter. And the question is, do I have that inner strength to be able to go through it? And so if the person set a target for himself, he could not achieve it, he should sit back, take a stock, and look at the factors that did not help him to achieve those goals. And if he looks at the factors and realize that he has not been able to set a realistic goal, then I will advise that person to look at that goal again and maybe reset another goal for himself. But if he thinks that he has the strength to be able to achieve it, then it means that one way or the other, maybe he didn't know how to set a goal for himself. And therefore, he should also be able to learn how to set goals, a realistic goal, and to be able to achieve them. Other than that, you will always write the resolutions, but you won't be able to achieve them.
Interesting. You are still on CACI TV and on Pastor's Desk. There is very, very great topic, and it's getting interesting. Please take a look at your set. We'll be right back. Welcome back, viewers. Remember, this is Pastor's Desk on CACI TV. Today we are looking at the topic New Resolution, and Reverend Dr. George Asante is here helping us looking at this topic. Reverend, welcome back again.
Thank you.
You made a lot of assertions and a lot of points, but one point that people normally look at is that why is it that some resolution work and more importantly some don't work?
Those who are able to achieve their resolutions, there is one character that distinguishes them from those who are not able to achieve it. And the character has to do with his ability to set goals. The person knows how to set goals, realistic goals, and be able to achieve them. And maybe the other one did not know. He just made certain lists and thought that automatically it must be achieved. No. And so how come people are able to achieve those goals and others are not able to? Those who are not able to.
Those who are not able to achieve.
Yes. Maybe they don't know how to set goals for themselves. And
okay.
I believe that this discussion will help us be able to know how we can set goals for ourselves. And then again, most people do not take their lives seriously. Some live a life of rosary. When I say rosary, it means that anything that comes on his way, he will enjoy them. But there are people who want to make their life count. They wouldn't want to become a drop in the ocean, but really want to stand out and be able to command his generation after him. And those are the people who make resolutions and they are ready to go through all the greatest, all the pains, all the challenges, and to succeed in it. Why? Because they have a generation behind them that they want to bring them to where he is. And those are the people who are able to set resolutions and they're able to achieve them. Most people also do not have the law of responsibilities. They wouldn't want to become responsible to anything and for anything. And so he thinks that so long as I'm living, things will happen for me. But listen to me, success is never accidental. Success is the combination of a lot of factors. A lot of factors come into play in order for you to achieve success. Okay. So if somebody does not have the law of responsibility leading his personal life, you wouldn't be able to achieve any success for yourself. Okay. Because in this life, one thing I've understood is that people who really want to make their life count are few. Okay. So I always compare it to spectators and then the players. The spectators are more than the players. But at the end of the day, who takes a cup home? It's the players who take a cup home. Yeah. And so it is very important as a human being, you have not been created by God to become a pauper on this earth. You have not been created by God to just pass through this earth without leaving a mark. Remember, the reason why God gave us a different thumbprint is that there is a space in this world for everybody. So I will not fulfill your destiny for you, you will not fulfill mine for me. But so long as we continue to follow God and become so zealous to the things of God and begin to follow God, God will give us a renewed mind, open our understanding for us to achieve the successes he places ahead of us. And so another thing is that people have low self-esteem. They have accepted the status quo. That is who we are. In my family, I have not seen anybody who has graduated, who has gone to school and been able to become successful. I have not seen anybody who has been able to go into business and has succeeded. I have not seen anybody who has gone into commerce and has succeeded. And so I don't think I will be able to succeed.
Yeah, that's the point. That's the point I wanted to. I just want us to address. Is there a reconciliation between resolution and destiny? Because all people think that this is how. That's what I'm saying. This is my destiny. So therefore there's no need for me to have a resolution. So I want to know whether there is a reconciliation or there's a link between destiny and reconciliation.
The word destiny itself that people talk about. Destiny simply means your destination.
Okay.
Your destination in life.
Okay.
And if you can get to your destination in life, you must know where you are going. If you don't know where you are going, then any car can take you to where you want to be. And so those who think they don't have a destiny, they are those who think that life is just an accidental case for everybody. No. But if you believe in destiny, I have a destination. God did not create me to come and pass through this earth for nothing. He created me for a purpose. So people who want to make their life count to work on their purpose. And it is their purpose that unveil their destiny. And resolutions, as we are saying, is a form of planning your life and making sure that whatever future you have seen there, you'll be able to achieve them. When you're able to achieve them, you have come to that destination.
Oh, okay.
And therefore, if you ask me whether destiny has something to do with resolution, I'll say yes.
Okay.
Because your resolution is a plan. The plan you are making for yourself in order to unveil the greater picture. And what is that greater picture? That destiny you want to have, that destiny that you want to achieve so that people can hear about you and people will celebrate you. That is that destiny. And that is the reason why God has created us.
Okay.
And therefore, we are to understand that God has created us for ourselves. There is something you will bring out, there is something that I will bring out. And at the end of the day, when we achieve it, we make a better life for all of us.
Let's look at the church. Most of these resolutions have been done normally on 31st December night at church. But still, people do say that we are not seeing the impact of the church on the society. We are not seeing the impact of the church in the world. If these resolutions are being done mostly in quote by Christians, why is it that still the world is not a better place to live as of now?
Okay. Anyone who will say that the church in general has failed, I will tell that person that he's ungrateful. The reason is that the church has not failed.
Okay.
Had they not been the church, nations will not be built. Remember, in Ghana, cast your eyes around and you realize that the development of Ghana to greater extent depends on the church. Church are building schools, universities, they are building hospitals, church are building NGOs who are into different kinds of operations within the sectors of our economy. And all these things are helping build and shape the nation. So if somebody says that the church has failed, then it hasn't been fair to the church. The church hasn't failed. The reason is this. Necessity is laid upon us as pastors to also be able to inspire people to unveil their greater potential. Because a nation that is able to develop is a nation that individual potentials are tapped. And when we say potential, we are talking about giftings and talent. And it is the gift and talent that brings productivity and growth. And so if a nation would develop talent and gift, productivity and growth will just become something that will sweep across the length and breadth of the nation. But unfortunately, it looks as if that is one area people are not looking at. And I always tell people that let's look at the movie industry. You will understand that few individuals that have made names within the airwaves are people who did not actually go to school. Raw talent, and others identify them. And they saw that we can make money out of this raw talent. They polished them, and today they are making billions out of these people. So we need to look at talent and gift development. As we develop the church members, making them to understand that God has given you a potential, a seed within you, and that seed is given to you for you to be able to show forth something in our world for others to come and harvest, and then be able to inspire members to be able to do that. I think that will do the church members a disservice. Okay. So pastors should be able to also delve into talent and gift development in their various churches, so as to be able to harness the talent and gift that we have for the development of the church and the nation at large.
Talking about the church, my point is that most Christians, some Christians do have resolutions, and at the end of the year or the period, those resolutions are not fulfilled.
Yeah.
Why? Because he's a Christian, and as you know, if all things are possible, some of these things, why is that a Christian will have a resolution and those resolutions are not fulfilled? Most of the time you see them day in and day out having new resolutions and those resolutions are not fulfilled. What is the problem?
Yes, the problem is not God. The problem is never God. The reason is this. If you are setting a resolution for yourself, you must be able to look at factors that will help you to achieve those resolutions. But if you don't look at those factors, automatically you will fail in your resolution. The reason is that I am going to compete in a race, and the people I'm going to compete with them are people who have prepared themselves thoroughly for the race. I have not prepared, even though I have the legs and potential to be able to run. But remember, those things within me have not received energy. As when I stand on that line to run with them, the people will outrun me. The reason is this. If we really want to succeed in life, sometimes I always warn people, it's not the number of resolutions you have on paper. You can write just one. And if you're able to develop it well and achieve it, you are better off than somebody writing so many and will not achieve anything.
Okay.
And so the one who is not maybe succeeding in his resolution must first look at the factors, whether what he set for himself was realistic, was measurable, is something that is attainable, is something that is time bound. If you have not gone through this thing that I've called SMART. You have not gone through it. It will be very difficult for you to set goals and achieve it. And remember, anytime you set goals, two things come in: attitude, discipline, and then perseverance. If you don't have the attitude to be able to go through it, you won't be able to make it. If you don't have the attitude to persevere, because anytime you set resolution, remember you are going to solve a problem. And in solving a problem, you need all the energy, all the strength, all the technical know-how, wisdom, knowledge to be able to solve the problem. And so resolutions will come as a form of problem solving. And as you're able to solve the problem, you end up succeeding in your resolution. So one thing that I would tell everybody is that if you set resolution for yourself, you must set a target of achieving that resolution. And your target will be achieved based on the timing that you give to it.
Yeah, Reverend, that is my next question. But viewers, we are on Pastor's Desk on CACI TV. Today we are looking at new resolutions, why it's been achieved or why those are not being achieved. We'll be right back. Welcome back, viewers. Remember, you are on CACI TV on Pastor's Desk. We are looking at the topic New Year Resolution, and Reverend Dr. George Asante, the resident pastor of Christ Apostolic Church Osu Assembly, is really blessing us. Reverend Doctor, please, this question, viewers are actually set, and they want to really want you to take them through how resolutions are set and what can they do to achieve those resolutions.
Okay. I've told you that God will never set anything ahead of us without leaving the process. So anytime God sets something ahead of us, he also outlined the processes for us to go through to achieve that particular set goals. And so the first thing that those who want to set goals or set resolutions need to do is that, what do I enjoy? That is, what am I passionate of? Something that I don't struggle to do. And anytime I'm doing that thing, I'm so happy. I put myself into it. And I don't find any difficulty in doing that. When you are able to identify that thing, then you will be able to set a good target for yourself.
Okay.
Number two, what am I good at?
Okay.
What am I good at? That is your exploit or your natural ability. When we talk about natural ability, gifts and talent. Something that nobody teaches you of, but it comes naturally. It is inborn. Okay. And so what am I good at? So when you are setting goals, these things must be looked at. Okay. And so help you to set that realistic goal for yourself. Number three, what do I want in life? What do I want in life? We have a lot of things, but you personally, those of you watching us, what do you want to achieve in life? Where do you want to be from here? And when you know where you want to be from here, you know the vehicle to take to send you to that place. And that will help you to set a good goal for yourself. Then the next one, what is the price? Are there giants that I must kill? Mountains to climb, rivers to cross? Are there people that I have to visit? Are there places that I need to go to be able to get information? So there are price attached to the resolutions. If you are not ready to go through the price, you will not get the price. And so the price is very important for the price to be attained. And so one need to understand that anytime you set goal for yourself, there are problems that you are going to encounter. And as I said earlier on, it is those problems that are going to help you to succeed in that goal. Your ability to unravel the mystery in the problem is your inability to get to the place of influence. Then the next thing you have to also look at is, am I willing to pay the price? And that comes with dedication and commitment. Okay. So now not only identifying that there is a price, but again, am I ready to pay it? Am I ready to go through the pain, the storms, the ups and downs? Am I ready to go through the rejections and dejection? Because sometimes because of what you carry, people will not share your company. Sometimes because of what you want to do, there are certain foods you will not eat. Sometimes because of what you want to do, there are certain places you will not visit. Sometimes because of what you want to do, there are certain dresses you will not buy because you are putting your energy into something that will unveil a bigger picture in your life. So if I believe that if you follow these 5 principles, you would be able to set achievable goals for yourself. Okay. Then the next question is that how can I achieve those goals?
That's right.
1, write your goals down.
Okay.
Don't live in an abstract world.
Okay.
Oh, I think I'll do this. No. The book of Habakkuk says that write the vision and run with it. So write everything that you want to do. Write them down. If you don't write them down, the tendency is that you will begin to act on abstract thinking, and it will not help you because abstract thinking will not expose you to the realities of life. Right? And write the vision down. Plan it. You may have 20 visions or New Year resolutions on your table, but which one must come first? Then which one follows? Then which one comes? Then as you're able to plan, that will help you to know what are the scarce resources do I have to be able to unravel the mysteries in this resolution. It is very important to plan. Then pursue it. Don't stop. Don't stop. There is no giant on the way. There are no lions on the way. But one thing you need to understand that in the race of life, it is in you. He said, he will strengthen me. He will empower me to achieve everything that I want to achieve. And so if Christ is in you and you have the Spirit of God, remember, I always tell people that the Spirit of God is a mega spirit. Anywhere the Spirit of God is, you see mega things happening. In the days of the apostles, when the day of Pentecost fully came, they were 120, 3,120, right. Then 5,000. So you can't tell me you have the Spirit of God and decide to fail in this life. It's never true. Then you need to check the kind of Spirit of God that has entered you. Maybe it's not the Spirit I know. It may be a different spirit. So you need to achieve it. Not only that, sometimes people achieve successes, but what happens? It doesn't stay. The reason is that we are not able to maintain it. So we need to maintain it. And within the culture of Ghanaians and Africans in general, maintenance is a problem. So how can you maintain it? Build structures. We need to build structures. When we build structures, we'll be able to make sure our resolutions last for generations to come and then witness. But the reason is that sometimes we achieve so much, but because we don't build structures, at the end of the day, once maybe the person who was able to get that resolution done dies, everything goes off. Build structure, delegate, allow others to also use their potential. I always tell people that anytime God blesses you, look around and see who you can pick to bring to the next realm of glory. You are not supposed to enjoy that glory alone, because the blessings of God are for distribution. We have to distribute whatever God blesses us. And so identify vessels. Paul identified Timothy. Jesus identified the disciple. We must also identify others that we can pour ourselves into them, mentor them, coach them, and bring them to the place of glory and place of purpose. It is very important. We need to maintain, grow it. In growing it, it means that extend your tentacles. Establish yourself in different places. Grow it, advance, enlarge, multiply. Make sure that whatever God has entrusted you, the achievement that you have had, you have positioned them in advantageous point to be able to add more to your life and add more to the life of the people that you rule, to the life of society and the environment at large. It is very important. The next thing is that share it.
Wow.
You need to share.
Wow.
You need to share. Let me tell you this. Anytime we receive, responsibility is laid on us to also give. We have received so much from the environment, yet we are not giving to the environment. And therefore, anytime you succeed in your goal setting, and then you come to this place and these things are there in your mind, you will achieve them.
Wow. That is powerful. But Reverend, quickly, does resolution has a expiring date? Is it supposed to be over a certain period, a year, 6 months? What's the period for?
There are 3 ways by which you can set those resolutions. We have the short-term resolutions, we have the mid-term resolutions, and we have the long-term resolution.
Okay.
So under the short-term is within 1 year. The mid-term is within 1 to 3 years. Okay. And then the long-term, 5 years and above. So it depends on the kind of resolution the person has set for himself.
All right.
If it is within 1 year, then he will be able to work within 1 year to achieve them.
All right.
And as I have outlined, if all the purposes and the plans and processes are well done, then the person may be able to achieve it within 1 year. But if it's a midterm, then it's looking at 1 year to 3 years. And then if it's a long term, then it will be 5 years and above. So it depends on whichever time frame the person attaches to the resolution he has made.
Most assertions people normally do is that, oh, I wish to expand my business, I had good plans, but the issue has to do with money. I didn't get money, and that's the limitation. That's why I didn't achieve my resolution. What's your take on that?
It's never true. Money doesn't make you succeed in your resolutions.
Okay.
Ideas do.
Okay.
If you have ideas, you have money. So I'm just challenging everybody who is watching us today. If you have ideas, you have money. Write your business plan, write your proposal, and then take the proposal, go and knock at the doors of people you think they'll be able to help. And remember, the person doesn't believe in you, he believes in your potential, your abilities and your strengths. And so if those abilities and strengths have been conveyed on a paper, and then you send it and you read and read that this is viable, this can bring money to the table, they will give you money. So anytime you write resolution, it's not enough. You must develop that resolution. And when you develop it well, and it has money or benefit aspect attached to it, anybody who knows how to develop gift and talent sees that proposal, he knows that you are somebody who knows what you are about, and he will support you.
So the issue of you not being successful,
it's not money.
It's not about
it's
money.
Not money.
Okay.
It's ideas.
It's ideas.
So maybe the person did not succeed because he didn't have good ideas.
Okay, not money.
Not because money. Money is always available.
Okay. I think that's an important point that we need to deal with. And my time is almost. Reverend, please quickly. Can New Year resolution be an opportunity for a change in someone's life?
Absolutely. New Year resolutions can be a change in somebody's life, yes. Because anytime you see a vision out there, you add to your life. And so if you're able to achieve that vision, you are placed higher than those who are unable to achieve. And so if somebody set a New Year resolution for himself or herself and is ready to follow it through the processes that we have already enumerated, if he's able to follow it, automatically he succeeds. And because he has succeeded, he will pull others to himself. And so if you really want to lead, you must carry something. People don't want to follow somebody who has nothing to offer. People always want to follow somebody who says, I've seen something there, and then he motivates others to go for it. And so please succeed in every target you have set for yourself, and you have the control over others. And let me tell you this, the only way people will celebrate you is when you are able to make life better for others. And it will not happen unless you have been able to set achievable goals for yourself. And I believe that this program is going to help us to be able to set those achievable goals and be able to determine pace for others. It's very important. Very, very important.
Quickly. Once, when I was coming here, I was discussing this topic. Someone asked me, Reverend, can we get a negative resolution? Can someone plan to kill or to be in a certain negative behavior, and can that person achieve that? And why is it that if God sees those resolutions, God does not make those resolutions not to come to pass, because at the end of the day, He's going to head the society? I mean, this very quick one.
Yes, somebody can also set a negative for himself.
All right.
You see, there are other factors that maybe in the course of the year we may be discussing.
That's right.
The environment within which resolutions are set. You see, there are certain things that you need to know. Association, to greater extent, can determine who you will be. So if the person set a negative resolution for himself, and then the environment within which he's operating is the same environment that is going to help him execute that particular negative resolution, it will come to pass.
Okay.
And so people can set negative resolution.
And
he wants to drink a lot this year. He wants to womanize this year. He wants to steal this year. Yeah, they set for themselves. And then the person will say that, how come God allows it to come to pass? Remember, God is not in control of this world.
These are very deep topics in which, if you say you want to go into this, it will lead us to another topic altogether.
As I speak today.
Oh my God! He said God is not in control of the world.
Over this world. God is in control over His church.
Okay.
And so the church now is an embassy that is pulling people into the kingdom of God. If God is in charge of this world, then the tsunamis, the tornadoes, the earthquakes, the epidemics, we need to question God.
Because Jesus confirmed that here comes the ruler of the world.
Right.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
right.
Okay.
So when people make those assertions, they make it because they don't understand what they are
Reverend,
talking about.
I think this is a mystery we need to deal with. Thank you very much, viewers. This is Pastor Dex on CACI TV. Today we've been blessed so much with the inside knowledge education by Reverend Dr. George Asante. He's a resident pastor at Christ Apostolic Church, Osu. I mean, the man is filled with knowledge, and most of his answers can lead to another topic and another topic and another topic. I believe we are going to have you again, Reverend, so that you better. I just want you to use this quick time to pray for whoever has had this and watching us, whoever thinks that this year belongs to him or her, just to pray for that person.
Shall we pray? Father, in the name of Jesus, we give you praise. We thank you so much for yet another opportunity given unto us, Father, to experience life and its fullness. We thank you for our viewers, and we thank you for the many that are watching us. Father, a lot of people have written a lot of resolutions.
That's right.
Daddy, but I pray that you grant them your grace, you grant them that tenacity of purpose to be able to, Father, achieve their goals. I pray that any plan, plot, incursion of the enemy against any individual who want to become great in this life, Father, we come against that plot of the enemy in the mighty name of Jesus.
That's right.
We pray that God, as many as are watching us and they are sick, may you heal them. As many as are going through different and terrible situations in their life, I pray that God, may you solve it for them.
That's
in the mighty name of Jesus, we pray that God touch lives and bring life back into the kingdom. That Daddy, anytime we hear that indeed your people are becoming the very people you have created them to be, we're very careful to give you glory. We thank you, we bless you so much. In Jesus' mighty name we have prayed. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Reverend Doctor. Thank you so much for being part of this program. I believe we will see you again very soon. Viewers, this is where we end the program today on Pastor's Desk on CACI TV. I believe that you are blessed. I believe that 2018 is going to be your year. It's a year of a new generation, and you need not to sit down. You need not to sit down and do the old thing. Please, today you've learned what new resolutions are, and I'm expecting you, and I want to hear from you. I want to listen to your testimony, and I believe that the year 2018 is going to be a good year. So thank you very much for being part of this show. I believe you are blessed, and I know that you will see us again another time. I want to give thanks to all the technical team, the production team that help us to put this program together. God bless you all, and I believe God bless you also, viewer. Thank you for also watching us, and we know that with God all things are possible. Thank you very much. See you another time.